Hello student, in this video or in upcoming videos continuing from this one, I'll talk about time series analysis and forecasting approaches that can be done in business analytics. So start with one example or one context of the situation is that this is revenue management at Hara Cherokee Casino and Hotel. Uh, this is a real application of forecasting are almost never done in isolation. They are typically a crucial part of an overall quantitative solution to a business problem. So forecasting is just a crucial or overall quantitative solution to a business problem. This is certainly this case at Harrah's Cherokee Casino and Hotel in North Carolina, as explained in an article by Matters et al. 2008. This particular casino uses revenue management on a daily basis to increase its revenue from its gambling customers. As customers call to request reservations at casinos hotel, the essential problem is to decide which reservations to accept and which to deny. That is a very big decision making problem. The idea is that there is an opportunity cost from accepting early requests from lower valued customers because higher valued customers might request the same rooms later on. So here you can see what is the idea behind this problem. Problem is that the idea is that there is an opportunity cost from accepting early requests from lower valued customers because higher valued customers might request the same rooms later on. As the article explains, there are several unique features about casinos, and these casino in particular, as the article explained, there are several unique features about casinos, and this casino is particular that make a quantity approach to RM, or you can say revenue management, successful. First, the detailed behaviors of customers can be tracked via electronic cards they use while placing bets in the electronic gambling machines, so that the casino can create a large database of individual customers' gambling patterns. So this allows the casino to segment the customers into different groups based on how much they typically bet in a given night. For example, one segment might contain all the customers who bet between 500 and 600 per night. When a customer calls for a room reservation and provides his card number, the casino can immediately look up his information in the database and see which segment he is in. So having that thing, they can go with that idea, and with that idea they can earn more profit, and then they can go for this problem, that is request reservation at casino hotel. The second problem is to decide which reservations to accept and which to deny by having the knowledge of this pattern of the customer who bet on which segment. So they are related. So having this pattern, if we can draw some forecasting or regression analysis on this pattern, then obviously we can understand in which segment that customer lies on. So whenever that customer want to stay in the room or try to put some reservations, then that can be decided for more profit. A second reason for successful use of RM is that customers differ substantially in the price they are willing to pay for some commodity. A stay at the casino's hotel, actually many don't pay anything for the room or the food. These are frequently complimentary from the casino, but they pay by losing money at the gambling. So some customers typically gamble thousands of dollars per night while others gamble much less. This is quite different from the disparities in other hotels on or in air travel, where a business traveler might pay twice as much as a vacationer, but not much more. So you can see here, actually many don't pay anything for the room or the food. These are frequently complimented from the casino, but that product option might be taken by as a profit for very customers. So someone might play more money in the gambling, but someone might not play just to go for get the compliments more and enjoy the compliment only. So that is also one point, or that is also like disparities in other hotels or in travel or in air travel. So because some customers are much more valuable than others, there are real opportunity cost for treating all customers alike. A third reason for the success of RM at this casino is that the casino can afford to hold out for the base paying customers until the last time. The reason is that a significant percentage of the customers from all segments wait until the last minute to make their reservations. In fact, they often make them while driving, say, from Atlanta to Casino. Therefore, the casino can afford to deny requests for reservations to lower valued customers made a day or two in advance, knowing that the last minute reservations are very possibly from higher value customers and will fill up the casino rooms. Indeed, the occupancy rate is virtually always 98% or above. So you can see the scenario here in all the three scenarios. The having that forecasting method, it will give more profit to revenue management system. So overall revenue management solution includes data collection, customer segmentation, and as explained above, then forecasting demand for reservation for each customer segment, then a linear programming optimization model that is run frequently to decide which reservations to accept, and a customer's relationship segment model to entice loyal customers to book rooms on nights with lower demand. So the forecasting model is very similar to Winter's exponential smoothing model discussed in this chapter. So we'll try to go through that. So basically I am going to discuss about forecasting techniques and time series analysis in this series of videos. So some examples of forecasting application is like when a service organization such as fast food restaurants plans is stuffing over some time period, it must forecast the customer demand as a function of time. This might be done at a very detailed level, such as the demand in successive 15-minute periods, or more aggregated level, such as the demand in successive weeks. So having that knowledge or having that time frame, it will be much more detailing one. Forecasting detail will be much more good. Or when a company plan its ordering or production schedule for a product it sells to the public, it must forecast the customer's demand for this product so that it can stock appropriate quantities, neither too many or not too few. That is very, very important. When an organization plans to invest in stocks, bonds, or other financial instruments, it typically attempts to forecast movements in stock prices and interest rates. So when an organization plans to invest in stocks, bonds, or other financial instruments, it typically attempts to forecast movements in stocks, prices, and interest rates. When government officials plan policy, they attempt to forecast movements in macroeconomic variables such as inflation, interest rates, and unemployment. But there are some problems in case of forecasting. Forecasting is a very difficult task both in the short run or in the long run. Typically forecasts are based on historical data. Analyze, search for patterns or relationship in the historical data, then make forecasts. There are two problems with this approach. First is that it is not always easy to uncover historical patterns or relationships. It is not always easy to uncover historical patterns or relationships. In particular, it is often difficult to separate the noise or random behavior from the underlying pattern. Some forecasts can even overdo it by attributing importance to pattern that are in fact random variations and are unlikely to repeat themselves. Second problem is that there are no guarantees that past patterns will continue in the future. A new war could break out somewhere in the world. A competitor could introduce a new product into the market. The bottom could fall out of the stock market, and so on. Each of these shocks to the system being studied could drastically alter the alter the future in a highly unpredictable way. This partly explains why forecasts are almost always wrong unless they have inside information to the contrary. Analysts must assume that history will repeat itself. But we all know that history does not always repeat itself. Therefore, there are many famous forecasts that turn out to be way off the mark. Even though the analysts made reasonable assumptions and used standard forecast techniques, nevertheless, forecasts are required throughout the business world. So, fear of failure is no excuse for not giving it our best effort. So, we'll try to go through more about forecasting methods, different types of forecasting methods in next upcoming videos. I'll try to go a bit slow in this process because it is very much important in case of business analysis and also studying the time series analysis. So if you have anything to ask, or if you have any confusion, please let me know. We'll try to discuss this over Google Meet. Thank you.